What's going on, prospectors? Dig Daddy out here in the shed, and it's time to do a little backyard prospecting. And today what we're going to do is we're running a little bit of Paydirt from goldnuggetman.com. Stumbled across this page and saw that he had some pretty decent looking gold offerings, some Paydirt offerings. And so I said, hey, let's check it out. We'll go order one up. So I'll go ahead and put up the description here for you, and we'll go through it together. Now, first thing they advertise about it is, boom, one free bottle for every 12 bottles purchased. So that's pretty cool if you're going to buy 12. If you're going to spend $1,200, apparently they'll give you a free bottle of Paydirt, which is cool. You know, a little bonus for spending that money with them. But let's talk about quick shipping policy. They ship it quickly, and they did. This dirt got to me super fast. I ordered it at the beginning of the week. It was here by the end of the week. So really stoked about that. One thing about their shipping, unfortunately, and this is a negative, is they send it signature required. So what that means is when you know this package is coming to you, you got to stay home from work that day. Or if you work from home, great. But I was a bit annoyed at the fact that the mailman knocked on my door and he was walking away by the time I got there, that I had to be home to receive this package. Had he sent it no signature required, the postman would have put it in my mailbox. And then I could have got it later at my convenience. But if I hadn't been home, the postman would have walked away with my dirt. Then I'd have to track him down, or I'd have to wait till the next day, or the next day, or then I'd have to go to the post office and pick it up. So that signature required for such a small value item was really annoying. Like, I've had much larger amounts of dirt sent to me with much more gold in it. No signature required. It got to me just fine. So I understand why they do signature required. There's gold in here. There's a gram of gold guaranteed out of this particular bottle. And so they want to make sure that it gets into my hands. And I can appreciate that. But again, it wasn't necessary in my case, and it kind of irritated. But either way, it was free shipping, so I can't really bitch much there. And so I don't see that under the quick ship policy. I'd have to really read the description to find out that you know, you got to do the thing. But Golden Nugget Man's Paydirt from Buck and Ollie. Quick shipping policy. Golden Nugget Man's premium select high-grade Paydirt is always shipped as rapidly as possible with no unnecessary delays. We understand how important it is for folks to are excited about getting their guaranteed premium panning Paydirt. That's a lot of P's, man. Paydirt from Golden Nugget Man is genuinely in a class by itself because it's fabulous gold in its own original, naturally occurring, AU-rich, and obviously high-grade gold-bearing Paydirt. Not only will you see in your pan beautiful classic pickers, but you should also find a generous showing of fine gold. A bonus from Golden Nugget Man at no extra cost. Oh, the fine gold's the bonus. Okay. Remember, catch everything in a safety pan and then pan and repan to get it all. You'll be surprised at how the fine gold can keep evading you as it hides under the black sand and other heavies. Each classic picker nugget and all the fines are high purity, natural Nevada gold. And, yeah, this came to me from Nevada. Now, this box was $93 shipped. Again, no shipping added to it. $93 is what my PayPal says I paid, and that's what it is here on their site. And that's what you pay for 1 gram of gold. And it got to me. So here we go. In the package, some packing material. A little bit more packing material. There's a little container with a vial, 2 vials, and a little nugget holder. So that's pretty cool. Some extras. There's a little envelope. Friendly suggestion for your enjoyment. We strongly suggest you do not screen or classify your Paydirt. Doing so will remove larger, beautiful gold nugget pickers from the panning dirt. reducing the excitement and joy of your panning experience. You may see others on YouTube who classify or screen their pay dirt, that's me, before panning. That would be a mistake with Gold Nugget Man Premium High Grade Pay Dirt. Your pay dirt is perfect for panning just like it is. Enjoy, Buck and Ollie. Okay, that's fair. Don't tell me how to live. I'll classify if I want to. I'll look at the material, and if it looks like it needs to be classified or would benefit from it, we're going to do that. If not, and it's good to go, then it's good to go. I'm fine with that. Let's see what else we got in this package. We've got a little magnifying glass. So that you can really see that fine gold. Like a little cheap loop magnifier. It's pretty cool. A lot of extras in here. That's pretty stoky. Certificate of authenticity. Gold Nugget Man Premium Select High Grade Pay Dirt. Blah, blah, blah. Certificate of authenticity doesn't mean anything, honestly. But it does. It's basically a packing slip. Buyer name, me. Date of purchase, the day I purchased it. The order number, receipt, item number, what it's weighing, category description, blah, da, 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 da. Gold Nugget Man Pay Dirt is unique, and the gold you're incurring is from some... an actual packing slip, 1 bottle. A card, in case I forgot who I ordered from. There you go, goldnuggetman.com. That's all in the little black envelope. Moving along. We got our pay dirt. 1 bottle, a half a pound of high-grade pay dirt is what this says that it is. So, the bag, the container, is in another bag. I can appreciate that. Even though it's a pill container, it probably wouldn't need the extra protection. But, you know, if you're going to take the time to package it up as well as you did, I got to commend you on that. That's pretty good. I got to say, this is probably some of the nicest packaging I've ever received for pay dirt. I think there's only one that really stood out above this, and that was the Alaska guys who sent it in a little denim bag. That was pretty cool. But this one, just a little pill container. You know, if you've ever gotten some knockoff pills from China, comes in one of these. In this case, we got some premium grade pay dirt. Hopefully, it's more genuine than the Chinese Viagra. Whatever. And this thing is packed to the rim. It is completely filled with the pay dirt. So, what to do now is pour this, it looks like sand. I doubt that they shoved any big rocks in here. And so based on the initial look, I'm going to agree that we probably don't need to classify it all out. But we will switch over to the bench cam, pour it out just so you can get a good look at what this stuff looks like. And then we'll run it down the sluice. You know how we do it around here. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. GoldNuggetMans.com. Half pound, 1 gram guaranteed pay dirt. Stick around. All right. So we got our little backyard prospecting camping mug. We'll pour this dirt out into it. It's all sand. There's no rock in here. I just saw a little picker fall out. So that's cool. Very cool. But yeah, all sand, no rocks. So unless I really, really, really wanted to separate out the fine stuff from the normal, medium, coarse stuff, I might classify it a little bit further. But they suggest we run it all at once. And if you're panning, you probably do want to do that. You want to just run it all at once. That way, you know, you're not splitting up the dirt, splitting up the gold, or isolating the gold and wasting a bunch of time panning stuff that doesn't have anything. In this case, you run it all at the same time. You get your gold, and at the end, you see your smile. So now we're going to go do that. We're going to run this dirt, see what we can find in it, and see if it makes us smile. So let's head over to the sluice and get this bitch going. Now, as always, we're probably going to speed things up. There's not a lot of dirt to go through here, so we're just going to speed things along to get down to it. We'll fire up the sluice, get some water flowing through it. Make sure that flow is going nice, and it is. And because it's all sand here, we're going to take it easy. We're only going to run this at half speed. And give a chance for that gold to drop out. Make sure that we're not losing any gold out of the end here. And that way when we do pan it all out, we'll make sure we have it all in one sweep. So, here's where we speed things up. I'm going to play some music for you guys. I'm going to play some music for myself. And we'll be right back when we got that shiny. Don't go nowhere. All right. Dirt's nice and cleaned up. Now let's go and see what we can see. Ooh, chunky chunks. Look at that. A lot of big chunky chunks of gold in there. Look at that. That's a nugget. That is a nugget right there. All right. Hopefully then we'll also see a little bit of that flower gold up underneath. But I think we're going to hit our gram pretty quickly. But time will tell. So let's get this cleaned up and get our shiny. All right. Zoom in on this so you can get a nice close-up look. There's your gold, baby. Lots of chunky chunks. That is some chunky-ass pay dirt, let me tell you. But there's your gold. Now we're going to snuffer up as much as this I can actually get into the snuffer. Some of these are a little bit flat, so it'll be hard to suck them up, but they're pickers. So you know what we do with pickers? We pick them. A lot of pickers in this dirt, man. Alright, the rest, maybe not this flat guy. These two, Texas. One looks like Texas. There we go. Alright, we'll get this snuffered up, and we'll weigh it out. We'll be right back with the final words, with the weigh out. And then we'll do whatever. You know how this goes. Stick around. All right, welcome back. We got this gold all dried up. Gold Nugget Man from Buck and Ollie goldnuggetman.com. We picked up their 1 gram guarantee, and let's see how much of that guaranteed is found. That's firmer. All right. Couple little flaky flakes. And there you are. 1.200 grams of gold. So 20% over that guaranteed amount of 1 gram. We'll lock that in. 1.2 grams of gold from goldnuggetman.com. Not too shabby. And it's all nice, big, chunky pieces. There's this piece I would even call maybe a small nugget. Lots of pickers in here. But all very good. A little bit of smaller pieces and a couple pieces of flour. But the majority of this gold is all easily accessible, easily findable. Nice chunky gold. So sweet. Of course, as always, I'll take a couple pictures of the gold here, just so you can see what it looks like up close. And then we'll be right back with my final words and ROI. All right, welcome back. GoldNuggetMan.com. Buck and Ollie picked up a bottle of their half-pound, 1 gram guaranteed Paydirt, their custom high-grade Paydirt, and good times. Really good time going through it. As always, we'll talk about the dirt itself, and then we'll get on to the gold. The dirt was all sands. Nothing really that stood out about it. Just basic sands, like you would find anywhere. Could have been Home Depot sands for all I know. But overall, not a lot of heavies in there, not a lot of magnetic material in there. So it was pretty easy to go through, especially considering the gold. I'll get onto that in just a minute. But overall, the sand was really easy to go through. There wasn't any reason to classify, just like they had mentioned in the letter, because it was all such a fine amount anyways. And even if I had classified, what would wound up happening is the majority of the gold would have been caught in the classifier, and we'd have been done. There'd have been not much point to run in the dirt at that point, because you'd recovered most of the gold. What you'd have left behind is just the itty-bitty flakes, which of course we're going to run and try to catch. But classifying it out that way, when you do that way, you do take a chance of boring up your experience. And what I mean by that is, if you classify your material and all of your gold is in the 10 mesh, you run the bigger stuff, you classify, you pan that out, you get nothing. You get your 10 mesh, you get everything. You go down to your 20, your 40, and your sub, and there's no gold. So your experience at that point is basically, I did a lot of work and only got gold in one section. If I had known that, I could have just panned that one section out and moved on with my day. So I understand why they say just leave it all together. Just pan it as it is, because that's what happens when you classify. You take that chance of separating your gold into one specific layer, and then you have nothing to do for the rest of your time. Now this gold in here was spread out pretty well. There was some smaller pieces that we were able to put in one of the vials that they gave us. There was some bigger pieces, and then a picker nugget. So there was definitely a spread of material that was worth going through, and I had a good time going through that material. Now, of course, let's talk about the gold, because that's what you're all really here for. The gold was great. Like I say, most of the gold was larger flakes, small pickers. So really easy to identify, really easy to find. There was one piece that I would call a picker nugget, little small nugget that's just a little bit above what you'd call a picker, but not quite what you'd call a nugget. And then, of course, there was some small gold pieces in there as well, some finer stuff. Not a whole lot of that. Like I say, the majority of it was all plus 10. So, really easy to go, really easy to get through. Really nice gold, too. Really clean stuff. So, yeah, really good stuff. Now, you know, let's look at the numbers so you can see what the numbers say. Where we paid $93 for this bag of dirt. And what we wound up recovering out of it was 1.2 grams of gold. 1.2 on the dot. That's going to have a today value of $80.35, which nets us an overall ROI of 86%, which I'll tell you is pretty damn good. Especially considering the little inclusions. I know if they buy 1,000 of these, they probably cost them a penny. It's probably not a huge investment, but it's one of those little nice things to get that you're not expecting. So that was pretty cool. Little magnifier, so you can really get up and look at your gold, especially if your eyes aren't as good as they used to be. You know, trying to look at that little nugget, like I'm here. Man, I'm cross-eyed at that point. But if I get a little magnifier on it, oh yeah, that's hot. Some cool shit. So, really cool inclusion. It's almost like a jeweler's loop, except you don't have to get all up down on it, which, you know, you can get uncomfortable with that too, the bright light, blah, 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 blah. It's just a nice inclusion. The vials that they included were also great because all three of them came into play here. A lot of times I'll get a vial from somewhere and it's like, man, I've got vials. I got a vial. You know, I don't really need that. But if I didn't have a vial, the inclusion of at least one of them would have been great. Let alone three of them for the perfect layout of how the gold came out. That's awesome. So I really appreciate that as well. So an 86% gold ROI plus a couple nice inclusions. The packaging was good. The shipping was great. There were no shipping costs. So factor that into your ROI. They sent it first-rate shipping. Again, I was a little bit irritated that I had to sign for it. Had I not been here, that would have been a whole thing. But overall, I gotta say, aside from that one thing, this is a great bag of dirt. Really well presented, great price, great amount of gold back for it, some really nice clean gold, and a cool inclusion. So I got nothing bad to say about this dirt, man. I would absolutely recommend go check it out. Of course, I'll leave a link down below to their website, as we do. But yeah, 86%, I could do that all day long, you know? Not bad at all. So, if you want a little quick hit, half pound of sand, throw it in your pan it out, get your gold, boom, there you are. GoldNuggetMan.com, he's got what you need. So go check it out. He has other options in there, you know, 1 gram, 3 gram, 5 gram, etc., etc. And remember, if you buy, I think it was 12, if you buy 12 of these, you get one for free. So that's pretty awesome, man, I gotta say. So go check that out, GoldNuggetMan.com. And I hope you have a great time like I did getting this. And this dirt, pretty much for anybody. Intermediate, newbie, anybody can get this stuff and have some fun going through it. So definitely check that out. But other than that, don't forget, hit like. If you're not a subscriber, hit that button too. Go check out backyardprospecting.com. The Prospector Shop. I revised the swag shop. So the backyard prospecting gear, there's some new stuff in there. I've redesigned a couple of the pieces in there to make them a little bit more appealing. And most importantly, I dropped the prices on everything. So new pricing, new stuff. Go check it out. A link to from backyardprospecting.com in the Prospector Shop, and then click on the swag shop. Go check that out, and go check out the other stuff there in the Prospector Shop. You might find something you like. But yeah, otherwise, do the things. And don't forget to tune in Monday nights, 5 p.m., BSing in the Shed. We're we're back out here in the shed having a good time, and somebody wins a little bit of gold Paydirt at the end of the night. So don't forget to tune into that. This is Dig Daddy signing out from the shed. If I don't see you out at the rivers, I'll catch you in the backyard. Peace!